Hi, this is Jackson Gilmore from Smith, and you're watching Will's Semiconductor News Summary.
Thanks for visiting the office, Jackson. The trade group CSIA recently published a white paper in conjunction with the CCIID stating that there is a 200,000 person worker shortage in China within the semiconductor industry. Naturally, salaries are increasing at the entry level, but universities typically aren't teaching the most up-to-date subject matter. Taiwan and the US have both done good jobs establishing public-private partnerships between universities and industry. China's leading semiconductor manufacturer, SMIC, only has one such partnership, while TSMC has 4. China's current microchip supply chain for advanced chips is highly reliant on US allies. Biden and Trudeau met in Ottawa for an anti-authoritarian summit several days after Xi met Putin in Moscow. Biden stated that Canada was likely to receive billions in semiconductor packaging investment from the US. And IBM is scoping out Canada as a location to increase production capacity with a $250 million investment from the US Defense Production Act. The US will provide $50 million for semiconductor packaging in Canada, and Canada will provide $182 million. Another clear role for Canada in the US supply chain is as a mineral producer for battery electric vehicles. Like China, Canada has an abundance of battery elements. Biden claimed that Canada, the United States, and other members of NATO would defend every inch of NATO territory. The next subject of U.S. export controls may be surveillance technology. This sentiment was expressed at the U.S.'s Summit for Democracy, which included 120 countries, many from the Global South. It was co-hosted by South Korea, the Netherlands, Zambia, and Costa Rica. While no policies were announced, and the term surveillance technology is broad enough to encompass social media algorithms, imaging technology, and telecommunications, I would expect specific technologies to come under scrutiny over the coming months. For the first time in 3 years, chip exports to China from the US have fallen. January and February of 2023 saw 21% fewer exports than that of 2022. This downtrend is likely explained by US export controls, which Intel has called likely the most complicated export control rule ever published. Beijing firm Trinity Capital is set to close a fresh semiconductor, display, and energy storage technology fund. The fund is currently valued at $290.5 million, though it is designated in RMB. Only 80 million yuan comes from state-backed organizations. These industries were also the target of RMB Fund 3, a prior fund from Trinity Capital. Brazil's President Lula is entertaining Chinese investment in semiconductor technology. Cesar Amorim, Brazil's top foreign policy advisor, says Brazil can't afford to play ideological sides. They'll work with the United States or Brazil to secure a great deal. Synopsys is launching new AI tools. Their AI tools will help spot bugs in chip designs, aid in testing manufacturing samples, and reduce production failure rates. SK Hynix is requesting an additional exception for one that's due to expire in October to the world's second largest memory manufacturer, and much of their manufacturing takes place in China. They're currently able to import advanced manufacturing equipment, but that's due to expire this October. Thank you for watching this week's news summary. If you have any questions in regards to electronic supply chain, please reach out. Whether it's about a part, a story, or a trend that you're seeing, I'd love to have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. For new electronic supply chain news stories, please check in next week.